ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ಪರ್ಧಾ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಧನಂಜಯ್ ಟ್ಯುಟೋರಿಯಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಧನಂಜಯ್. ಇಂದಿನ ತರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರೆ ನಾವು ಸಮಾಜ ಸುಧಾರಕರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಷನ್ we will discuss about religious promoters and social reformers. So before I start this topic, I would like to give some information about the period between 8th century and 13th century. Here, things to remember the period between 8th century and 13th century. Okay, 8th century and 13th century. Okay, this is very important in the socio-cultural history of India. Okay, because during the same period, here Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya, who are the founders of the Vedic religion. Okay, so here the founders of 3 Vedic religions, things to be remembered. Okay, they were living in India and very importantly to understand that the Dvaita, Advaita and Visishtadvaita of Kalyana declared social revolution against caste and gender-based discrimination. Okay, so in order to achieve this ideal, the situations of India, the 3 Acharyas and Basaveshwara, they preached the people to surrender to the God. Understood? So, irrespective of caste, Jati Paddhati, okay, creed, caste, creed and richness. Srimantike, what do we call in Kannada? They reviewed the society through the Bhakti Marga, the way of Bhakti, what do we call? Understood? So, through this way, some socio-cultural history had been created during this period in India, 8th century and 13th century. This period is very important period in the socio-cultural history of India, my dear students. So, very first I would like to discuss about one of the important social and religious promoters of India, who is Shankaracharya. Okay, so very first let's discuss about the Shankaracharya here. Okay, Shankaracharya was born in the village called Kaladi. Please remember this. Shankaracharya was born in the village called Kaladi. Okay, in the village Kaladi, where in Kerala, in the Nambudari. And okay, let me repeat. Shankaracharya was born in the village Kaladi of Kerala in a Nambudari Brahmin family. So what is this Nambudari in the sense here? Not Nambudari, it is Nambudari, which is a Brahmin family. He is from the Brahmin family. So his father was Shivaguru and mother Aryamba. So his parents were Shivaguru and mother Aryamba. Please remember this. Okay. So here Shankara was a very intelligent boy. So at the age of 7, please remember, at the age of 7, he had mastered all the scriptures. He had mastered all the scriptures and he had learned the Vedas and the Puranas from his teacher. Very important, his teacher Govinda Bhagavatpada. Who is his guru? His guru was Govinda Bhagavatpada. Govinda Bhagavatpada. His guru was Govinda Bhagavatpada. Shankaracharya studied the Upanishads and the Brahma Sutras in depth. Okay, and he had propagated the Advaita philosophy. So he had propagated the philosophy called Advaita. Shankaracharya advocated the philosophy called Advaita, guys. Advaita. So it is very much important in many exams. Okay, in the many exams, this question had been asked. Okay, the philosophy which is advocated by the Shankaracharya dash, that is Advaita philosophy. Understood? And next, according to this philosophy, according to the Advaita philosophy which is being propagated by the Shankaracharya, that is, according to that, what does it say? Okay. What Advaita philosophy tells us, what this philosophy gives us in the sense, according to this philosophy, Brahma is the absolute truth. It is said that Brahma is the absolute truth. Who? Brahma. Brahma is the absolute truth. Okay, the rest of the world is false. What Shankaracharya is propagated. Okay, and the soul is one with Brahma. The soul is one with Brahma, and life is not separate from Brahma. This is propagated by the Shankaracharya's philosophy Advaita. Understood? I hope you understood this point. Okay. So, very importantly to understand that the world is Maya, and next he says, the world is Maya, an illusion. What do we call? Did you understand? An illusion. Okay? Brahma is the absolute truth, as he had already said, and people are ignorant. The people are ignorant. They are not aware of illusionary nature of the world. Okay, so they are also not aware that Brahma is the only truth. Brahma Obne, he is the truth. So hence it is. Okay, hence we should go that on the path of the knowledge. We must go on the path of knowledge and realize the nature of the world. Ultimately, we should merge Atma. Yes, here as I mentioned that Brahma is the truth. Hence we must go on the path of knowledge to realize the nature of the world. So this is what said by the Shankaracharya here. Ultimately, we must merge our Atma, which means soul. Okay, Atma means here soul. We must merge our soul with the absolute truth. Got it? So Brahma, only then we can attain moksha. This is what said by the Shankaracharya. What do you mean by moksha? Moksha means the liberation. Moksha means liberation. Got it? Here, in this manner, the Shankaracharya taught the path of knowledge here. Got it? So the human soul has no separate existence, and he expressed that the fact in the phrase that is Aham Brahmasmi. Please note down this. Okay. So he expressed this in the fact. Okay. So this fact in the phrase, okay, it is phrased as Aham Brahmasmi. It is phrased as Aham Brahmasmi, guys. Okay. Aham Brahmasmi. Okay. Aham Brahmasmi. Okay. He declared that Brahma is truth. He has no qualities. Okay. Got it? Here it is phrased by Shankaracharya as Aham Brahmasmi. Okay, so Aham Brahmasmi, which is declared that Brahma is truth, it has no qualities, it has no features, and it has no shape. Means, which is called as Nirguna, okay, Nirakara, okay, and Nirvikara, okay, who has no shape, no quality, and no feature. Understood, guys? Nirguna, Nirakara, Nirvikara. Understood? So this is mentioned by Shankaracharya that as Aham Brahmasmi. Okay, so as I mentioned that Aham Brahmasmi, which is propagated by the Shankaracharya, that Brahma is truth. Okay, he said totally that Brahma is truth. We must follow his way in order to gain the knowledge of the world. This is what said by Shankaracharya by his philosophy Advaita. And let's talk about the works of the Shankaracharya, the famous works of the Shankaracharya. So what are the famous works of the Shankaracharya? The works of Shankaracharya. The famous works of the Shankaracharya are as follows. Here, Shankara Bhasya, okay, Ananda Lahari. Please note down Shankara. Shankara here. First famous work of Shankaracharya is that Shankara Bhasya. Shankara Bhasya and Ananda Lahari. Ananda Lahari. Saundarya Lahari. Saundarya Lahari. Shivananda Lahari. शिवानंद लहरी, विवेक चूड़ामणि, विवेक चूड़ामणि, प्रबुद्ध सुधाकर, प्रबुद्ध सुधाकर, ओके, एंड दक्षिणमूर्ति स्तोत्र, एंड दक्षिण मूर्ति स्तोत्र. These are the famous works of Shankaracharya, guys. Okay, and his hymn, that is Bhajagovinda, is world famous. One of the important world famous work of Shankaracharya is Bhajagovindam. Bhaja Govindam, which is world famous, which is world famous here. Understood? So very important to understand the works of Shankaracharya, because in many exams, okay, the question might be raised from this area. So Shankaracharya's famous works are as follows: the Shankara Bhashya, Ananda Lahari, Saundarya Lahari, okay, and Shivananda Lahari, Viveka Chudamani, okay, Prabuddha Sudhakara, Dakshinamurti Stotra, and world famous work, the hymns of Shankaracharya is the Bhajagovindam. Okay, so Shankaracharya traveled from Kanyakumari to Kashmir, guys. Okay, Shankaracharya traveled from Kanyakumari to Kashmir on foot and propagated his Advaita philosophy. Understood? The philosophy of Shankaracharya, which is Advaita, he had propagated, and he had traveled all over the world, okay, from Kanyakumari to Kashmir on his foot, not by any vehicle. Got it? Yes. So in order to spread the message of his philosophy, why he had traveled? In order to spread his philosophy, Advaita, he established the very important institution, that is Pithas. What do we call? Very important institutions which are also known as Pithas. So in all the four directions, so that is Shankaracharya gave Indian thinking a new direction and the inspiration. So as I mentioned that, so the institutions are very much important. He had established the Pithas or institutions in the four directions. Let me tell you about those Pithas or institutions now. Okay, so the four Pithas, four directions. In the four directions, Shankaracharya had established, okay, 5 Pithas actually, okay. So the Badri, that is Jyotir Pitha, guys, okay. The Pitha, got it, or institutions which are established by the Shankaracharya in the four directions. The first one is the Badri. Okay, in Badri, Jyotirpitha. Secondly, Dwaraka. In Dwaraka, the Kalika Pitha was established. Kalika Pitha was established, and thirdly in Puri, so Govindan Pitha was established by Shankaracharya. Sorry, Govardhan Pitha. Sorry, not Govindan. That is Govardhan. Govardhan Pitha was established in Puri, and fourthly, that is which is in Sringeri. Okay, in Sringeri, that is Sharada Pitha, and finally in Kanchi, that is Kamakoti Pitha, guys. So these are the important institutions which were established by the Shankaracharya in the four directions. Let me repeat. So in Badri, Jyotirpita, in Dwaraka, Kalika Pitha, and in Puri, Govardhan Pitha, in Sringeri, Sharada Pitha, and in Kanchi, Kamakoti Pitha. These are the important institutions which are established by the Shankaracharya. That's all about the religious promoter, one of the important religious promoters of India, that is Shankaracharya. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, guys. Okay, if you like this video, please click on the like button, and if you are not subscribed our channel, please subscribe, and please share this video as possible as your friends group. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.